Walk on the floor. Okay, let's have a look at this.
Oh, thank you so much for opening me up. It's been so long since I've spoken to somebody. My name is Frogmelia, and for all the help you've given me today, sir, I'm going to grant you one wish.
Well, it's the last episode of the season, so can make it like epic, something spectacular.
As you wish. Sorry, dust.
Hello, children. How are you today? You will all come to my power. Well, howdy, guys. This is Uncle Dave. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, stop that.
Yes, Uncle Dave.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? No.
Fucking possessed literature.
Hello there, and welcome to episode 24, the final episode of season 1 of the Geeky Dads podcast.
Hello!
Today, this week with us, we've got Mike Shellshire.
Hello. How are you doing, guys?
Hello.
Chris Moss.
Yes, I'm here.
And Craig, but he's somewhere in the background. We don't know actually where he is at the moment, but I'm sure he'll turn up at some point, won't he?
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. He hasn't been generated again, has he?
No, he's slowly doing it. Like he's turned into like this weird sort of like bubble, like scab sort of like creature. He's fine. He's fine. He's eating McDonald's and like sipping on milkshakes, but he's okay.
That's brilliant. So, what's everybody been binging the past week?
Lots of stuff for myself.
I've
been off all week, so I've been watching lots of anime.
Hooray! What have you been
watching? Well, because Jenny was like really getting into like anime herself, and I was like, "Oh, there's this." A lot of the like, I can't even remember the name of it, but a lot of like the cat things. Hold on, I will find out the names of them. You might have to do a little bit of editing here, Ian. I'm afraid.
Okay.
But you're used to that. We watched A Whisker Away, and
right.
the cat returns.
Oh yeah.
So like, because Jenny was like, these have got cats in them, and she's obsessed with cats. So like, yeah, we watched both of them. They're really good films. They're ridiculously good.
Yeah, I've not seen either of them, but I am aware of them because obviously they're Studio Ghibli. So
one of them is, one of them isn't.
Cat Returns is.
Yeah, the other one isn't. A Whisker Away isn't.
One, was that before they became Studio Ghibli though? Is it the same people?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No, I've only ever seen one Studio Ghibli film. That
I think they're both from They're both from like in the like late 2000s. Like they're not that old. So.
Oh yeah.
Ghibli would have been
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah. No. Yeah, The Cat Returns is Studio Ghibli.
Well, A Whisker Away isn't.
No, it's not.
A Whisker Away was really good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought that was better than The Cat Returns.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. It genuinely was. But like, these are just like Netflix things that we were just flicking through and we're like, oh, that's really cool. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll watch that. Obviously, I think since we last spoke, I watched the end of Stranger Things and
Me too.
and so there's a lot really there that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think of the
on.
end of Stranger Things?
It was epic.
It was.
It was epic.
No spoilers yet because I haven't seen it.
Well, we all know that Metallica is getting into the studio charts because of it now. Because
it's doing a Kate Bush.
Yes.
It's yeah. So we know that. So that's not a massive spoiler.
No, that's not a spoiler. Just nothing else.
No. Oh no! I don't. I don't want to give any other spoilers, but like that scene, fucking epic.
It was, nice. I mean, people I've spoken to about it. They've all said the same thing. They were all blubbing at the end, especially when certain things happened. But I wasn't particularly bothered by those things, and obviously,
I don't think I was that bothered either. So I kind of agree with you, Ian. Like without giving spoilers away. Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. But what I would say is, I think
not to spoil the things.
Yeah, but what I would say, it was just the ending, the reunion, that tipped me over the edge because as somebody who's lost a parent, and you're desperate to see him again. That's every person, that's every fantasy. I think that
that's every person ever. Everyone loses somebody in their life, so
yeah.
That's relatable.
Yeah, so I think that was the only part of that actually really did get me close to like blubbing like a little girl. But then again, I'm like that now. I think the past few years, like I can't watch what was it? Lion King was my favorite Disney film. I can't watch that now. Every time Mufasa turns up as the cloud, I fucking go.
Really? Wow.
Like I went to see the live action.
I understand why, but like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's the. Was it? Like when I went to see the remake in the cinema, the one that was out a few years ago with Beyonce.
Yeah, the live action style one.
Yeah. It was a shit film, but that bloody scene when Mufasa came back, bloody hell! I was sobbing in the cinema. But yeah, so I think it might be old age. I'm getting that age now where I do get a bit emotional. But yeah. So yeah, Stranger Things.
When it comes to them remake things, the Jungle Book version was way better than the Lion King.
Still not seen it.
The Jungle Book one was really good.
Well, I've got Disney Plus now for a few months, so I'll give it a watch.
Watch that because it's quite good.
Yeah, but then again, in our house, we've just had Daniel Tiger on repeat. And it's just, it's the same thing. I mean, it keeps Ezra entertained, but bloody hell. It's just so boring, but it got really interesting today because you started playing Red Light, Green Light, and I thought, oh, this is great. There's going to be a massacre. It wasn't.
People are going to die?
I was waiting for that Prince Wednesday to get shot between the eyes. I swear to God. And bloody Katarina, little meow meow, fuck off. Yeah, sorry. I was wishing death on young children's cartoon characters. But I'll say what I've been watching the Orville on Disney Plus, the new series.
I've been watching the Orville as well.
I swear, honestly, without giving spoilers away to any of the listeners who actually do watch it.
I've been watching the Orville. It's really good.
Clyden's a cunt.
The new series is dog.
It is. I mean, I remember when that show first started.
It was comedy. And this series is dark as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got feeling, and it's way more dark than I thought it was going to be.
I think as the series has gone on, it started off as just like comedy with sci-fi elements,
Yeah,
it's become more Star Trek than Star Trek now, and
yeah,
I'm I really like it.
it is
really good.
becoming really, really good. Like, it genuinely has a storyline that you
Yeah.
are gripped with, and I love it. I genuinely love it.
Yeah. Have you watched the latest episode that was out yesterday or today?
No,
It
I
was
have
today.
not. Episode 7.
Oh,
No, I've not watched that. Yet.
yeah. Oh, honestly, I was in absolute tears. There's just a scene in it, and when you see it, you'll know.
I will watch this tonight.
Yeah, it's funny because a certain like 2 characters in it got together in the last episode.
Yes, they did. Yes.
And yeah, it's just got such a funny ending. It's just hilarious.
Okay.
Okay, but I won't give that away to spoilers. But yeah, so that's where I've been binging. I've been binging The Orville and wishing death on Daniel Tiger and Norman Price as per usual.
Okay, that sounds okay.
Yeah. Chris, what about you?
Right, well, we finished off watching Miss Marvel this week. That finished yesterday. So, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been really good. I've actually had the tune that was over the credits last week. I've had that on repeat all weekend. So, which is so far away from the sort of stuff I usually listen to because I'm proper into my metal and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a cracking tune and what have you. So, and the kind of ending bit, like the post and mid-credit scenes from the finale from this week, are really good. Like really good. One specific bit hits specific notes that are really, really good. So I'm really happy with that. Plus, we've had a bit of a Marvel thing because we went to see Thor: Love and Thunder as well. Which is good. Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. It does. I mean, like we've already had this conversation on Messenger.
We have, yeah.
It is Taika Waititi. It does lean hard. I mean, hard into the comedic kind of angle.
Yeah, I like that.
That they've gone with Thor. Not during the film. It didn't take away from me watching the film. I thoroughly enjoyed the film, but afterwards, all I kept seeing in my head was kind of like, well, like almost like a comparison sort of thing of, for some reason, out of everything, Iron Man 1, like how different it is, like how removed it is from Iron Man 1.
From that Marvel universe, like that original Marvel universe.
From all those initial Marvel films were.
Well, that's okay. That's okay to have that.
Well, this is it, because I thoroughly enjoy the fact that the MCU now has spread out to, you've got what is basically kind of like a horror film in Multiverse of Madness. You've got this kind of comedic angle with the Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy sort of stuff. You've got lots and lots of different kind of things. And like I said, it didn't take away one bit from me watching and enjoying the film. I don't think it's quite as good as Ragnarok, and I think you guys said the same.
Ragnarok's
in terms of like, especially like the reviews that it's had and so on. Like I think it does lean a bit harder into the comedic thing, and whether or not that's why, I don't know, but we'll see.
What you're saying there, Chris, like where you're saying like it's changed because it's spread out a little bit more. Do you not think that they did that with comic books as well? Like, if you had comic books went to different writers, different illustrators.
Yeah.
They had their own styles. So, like,
exactly.
I think it's kind of.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it in the slightest. Like I said, it was only afterwards that I was kind of like considering it as a whole. I mean, we're on phase 4 now. This is about as far removed from Iron Man 1 as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of the timeline and what have you. So I just thought it was an interesting thing to think about, So, but yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all. But yeah, I enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. So
I love that, like having the
Christian Bale. Christian Bale is wicked in it.
He was good. He was good.
He's really good in it. Really enjoyed him.
I love to see that different artistic view that on different things.
Yeah.
So like I do enjoy seeing other ideas
Yeah.
coming
Oh,
out
yeah,
in that platform. So I don't really see that as like being taken away from things too much.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not saying it took away from it. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it and what have you. I just thought it was an interesting thing to kind of consider and what have you. So yeah, but that's it. I really enjoyed it. Though. I could really recommend it. So
awesome. I'll definitely want to watch.
Yeah, I watched it. I think it's yeah. I think I agree with you. I think Ragnarok is always going to be the top one. I'd still put this in second though.
So Taika Waititi did Ragnarok.
Yeah.
On this in second.
Yeah.
Oh, so
out of
all of the Marvel films?
No, out of all four.
I was
films.
I was about to fall back on my seat.
Ragnarok is my.
I think that's pretty easy. I think that.
Yeah. Ragnarok is my third favorite Marvel film. But I think
it's up there.
Winter Soldier is my favorite, followed by Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yeah, I think Guardian of the Galaxy 1 is my first favorite.
But
the opening scene on that absolutely made me cry. So
it's just a brilliant film. Winter Soldier is just always going to be my favorite. It's got Jim from Neighbours in it. Yeah, nice little segue. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. And you know what I do want? I want that T-shirt that he wore at the beginning of the film. Where he just basically looked like Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want that T-shirt. I know it was a tank top in the film. I can't pull off a tank top. I can pull off a T-shirt. That was that.
You can pull it off.
Yeah,
you just struggle to get it over your head.
Funny.
Trying to say he's got a fat head.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, I've got less hair now.
Yeah, just to clarify, yes.
The amount of hair doesn't change the fatness of your head.
It does. My hair doesn't get caught in it anymore.
Yeah, it's not a fat head. It's just floofy.
Floofy.
Yeah, floofy head.
Floofy head.
Well, howdy, guys. And this is Uncle Dave. How you doing, guys? This Uncle Dave.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. What the fuck was that?
Nothing.
Okay. That was weird. Okay, so this week in our final episode, we're going to go back a little bit and go back to, first episode we talked about Ghostbusters, which was when we were kids, a comedy horror film. I remember part of that film scared me, especially when the hands came out the chair and grabbed Dana Barrett's boob. So this week we thought, for the last episode of the season, we'd talk about films that scared us as kids. And we're not talking about horror films, we're talking about just, let's face it, I think all three of us picked a kids film. But in the 80s, kids films weren't like the films that are out today. Kids films in our days were fucking scary. I don't know what. Yeah, that's what happened.
I definitely have. Yeah, I've some films, not all of them. Most of them were actually quite nice, but I have this one film in my head that ruined me.
Yeah, each of us has one of those films, and we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to go. Let Mike go first. And what was yours?
So mine would be the Watership Down.
Oh,
yeah. I think it came out in 1978 or something like that, but I wasn't born until 1983. But this film was like handed out to us at children. Like, this is a children's film. This is a children's film. If anyone's ever seen this film, its premise is fucking insane. It starts out quite nice. It's a load of rabbits in a burrow that decide. I can't even remember what the premise of the film is all of a sudden. But they have an issue, don't they? And they have to move out
Yes,
of the
they have
borough.
issues.
They have issues. At the beginning, it's not. They don't have too much issues. They're just moving out of the borough, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because I think I've only watched it like once or twice, and
Isn't
that was
it
when I was
because
really
the
little.
farmers are poisoning the fields?
Yeah, or just they're
Something
doing.
like
I think
doing-
that's what it is. I think the farmers are poisoning the fields, basically.
No, the one is having visions of blood. That's the clip you
Yeah,
said.
the
Was some
blood coming
trauma.
across the field.
Yeah, because
and-
the reason they actually did it though was like the guy who actually wrote the book was against people poisoning rabbits in fields, because of crops, because rabbits will like come across and eat the crops. So the whole point of the entire film is literally an anti-poisoning film.
It's anti-fucking rabbit.
It's not an anti-rabbit film. It's an anti-poisoning film. Watch the film again, dude.
I don't want to. Triggered again.
It's an
stop poisoning rabbits, Ian.
Yeah, stop poisoning rabbits, Ian. There's so many horrible scenes in this film. Like, there's a scene where like two rabbits literally have a fight against each other and start ripping each other's fucking necks out.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene where a dog literally chases after one against a barbed wire fence. And one of them gets caught in the barbed wire fence, gets caught by the dog, gets ripped around, and gets thrown dead across the fucking field. It is absolutely not a children's film, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you just to watch this, I mean, okay, yes, this does happen with rabbits. It does happen with like animals, but you don't need to see that much blood in a children's film.
No, absolutely not. 100%. It is. Yeah.
Disturbing.
I mean, it's got John Hurt in it. Let's face it. Anything with John Hurt, and you just know something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually part of it, but yeah, okay. That tickled me. Okay.
No, you know, listen, like Alien thing pops through a chest, kills him. Elephant Man, he dies at the end.
There's literally a scene in it where one of the rabbits gets caught in a snare around its neck, and all the rabbits come around it while it's choking to death, and it's literally bleeding from the mouth, while it's choking to death. This is a scene in a children's film. A rabbit is like, and it's the worst. It wouldn't be bad if it wasn't talking, but it's going.
Oh god!
Yeah.
And the other rabbits are going. Oh, how do we save him? And they're talking. I mean, don't fucking anthropomorphize. Is it
Anthropomorphize?
That's the one. That's the word. Don't do that. And then show me them fucking choking to death on a wire around its neck, bleeding from its mouth, and then go, well, it's just rabbits. Well, no, you fucking made it look like a human. You genuinely did. Look, it's scary as fuck. So yeah, that's my film. It creeped me the fuck out. I didn't like it. It gave me nightmares. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I think John Hurt was in another film where he played a anthropomorphic turtle.
Did he? In what film?
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. Turtle's Tail or something like that.
I don't know those.
Oh,
definitely don't know this.
Yeah, it was god awful.
I didn't do any research on who did like. I genuinely did not do any research on Watership Down because I don't want to because it genuinely does. It genuinely does. It's still today. Like I find it creepy.
Oh yeah.
and it's just don't like it.
It's horrible.
It's horrific.
There's nothing else to say about it. It's
There's a scene where a cat literally jumps on the back of one and starts scratching the shit out of one of them, and it literally rips the skin, and like you see it bleeding.
Oh, Christ.
It's just all about fucking death. The whole fucking film.
Yeah.
Death and violence. That's the whole film.
Yeah, I mean, I think did I send a picture on the group chat? I was in Wilco's a couple of weeks ago, and there was black rabbits, and there was at the end where John Hurt's character dies. Just where he dies, he sees this like black rabbit and leading to the afterlife. I thought it was the fucking devil. I swear to God, when I saw that rabbit, I took a picture of it, and then immediately had the PTSD and started shaking on the floor afterwards.
Is that when it starts playing? Bright eyes.
Right. I can't even think. Every time I think of that song, now all I can think of is League of Gentlemen. Bright eyes, burning like fire.
Horrible! I hate that song as well.
You know what the worst thing was? My little 5-year-old cousin. She's 26 and she's got a kid of her own. Every time she used to come and visit me mum and dad, she would bring a VHS of Watership Down. And you know what? The cover looked like all cartoony, like no dead friendly.
Yeah,
I remember seeing it.
Yeah. I had it.
But you remember what the poster was?
Would put it on for me and be like, "Come and sit in the living room and watch the cartoon." Put it on, and I'd be like, "The fuck is this?" It's like 3 years old.
But that's the thing. It was the video cover I remember was like really like black and white and looked like a rabbit was like dying in pain. It was awful. It was traumatizing just looking at the video cover.
It was horrific.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think I must have been about 17, 18 when she used to bring it round. She'd say, "Oh, you ain't going to watch Watership Down with me?" He said,
"No."
I had to stop myself and say, in my head I was saying, "Well, what is fucking wrong with you? That's the most horrible film I've ever seen in my life."
It's been re-edited, hasn't it? It's been re-edited a lot, apparently.
Right.
What? So it's like the title sequence and then the credits.
But it's still dark as fuck. Like there literally is. Like it's been re-edited so many times because like there's a scene in it in the original where literally one of the crows gets shot by a farmer, and it swirls down to the ground when it gets shot by a farmer. So this is how dark this fucking film is. A farmer comes out with double barrel shotgun, shoots one of the crows. And one of the crows goes, "Fuck," as it's being shot. Yeah, it did. Fuck. As it was shot.
You're right. Let's face it. Do you think that film could be released today?
No.
Yeah, but it'd be an 18.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for children.
Yeah, it would just be an 18.
It would. It'd be. It'd be.
Not get past any of the.
And there'd still be snowflakes protesting outside.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, I don't think that should have been shown to us as children, to be fair.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
I'm not a snowflake, but like, I don't think that's a children's film.
It's a little bit over the top.
Just a tad, I think.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah.
It was a bit too dark.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, reliving an awful childhood trauma, what's yours, Chris?
Right. Just to have a bit of context, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with the founding of the Church of England, right, Protestant citizens loyal to the crown attacked Catholic religious sites across England, frequently burning any religious texts that they found. Okay? So just bear that in mind. Now, I'm not one to condone book burning. The Nazis did it. I don't like the Nazis. They are unpleasant people.
Unpleasant people?
Yes, they are unpleasant people. I do not condone their behaviour.
I would say they're a bit more than unpleasant, but okay.
Yes, I know, but for comedic
Thunder
value,
cunts would come
they
to
are
earth.
unpleasant people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as a slight aside, just so for your information, bibliophobia is the intense fear of books, and
What?
demonophobia is the fear of demons. Now, what are you trying to get at, Chris? You may ask.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 words. Well, 3 words actually. Fucking Care Bears. Yes, that's right. Care Bears.
Okay.
He's,
That
he's
took a
obviously
fucking-
lost
that took
his
a turn.
mind. Yes, he's obviously lost his mind, you might think. Well,
No,
dear
no.
listeners, no.
No,
Cast
we know
your
Chris
minds
very
back.
well.
Yes,
we know
cast
he's
your
got a fucking
minds
plan.
back to 1985,
Yeah.
where the Care Bears movie was released. And this animated musical fantasy extravaganza introduces a number of children who, you know, they meet these little cuddly bears and they go off on one having the picnics and adventures.
And
all
they
this
met
sort
you
of
when you
thing.
sleep. And what's the issue?
Well, they don't. Well, it's not. See, this is the thing, because for a long time, people have laboured under the misunderstanding that I have a problem with Care Bears and the Care Bears movie. The Care Bears movie, yes, and it's for one reason. Because one poor lad is lonely. He's an amateur magician. And these 2 kids who've already come across these weird little fuzzy creatures, the Care Bears decide...
Care Bears.
Well, the Care Bears decide to set one of their own upon this. Yeah, exactly. They decide to set one of their own upon this poor lonely lad. But it turns out he's already made a friend because he's found this book. And inside this book is a very strange little green face, which at first looks a bit like a mask. I think it's on the cover as well. There's lots of Norse runes on it. It's very Celtic looking. But as the film progresses, it turns into something of imaginably evil. Just no. This flipping possessed piece of fucking literature possesses this poor lad, makes it look like he's gone on a 3-week bender in Newcastle or something, because he's got all rings around his eyes. Seriously, it looks like he's doing something, poor lad.
Off his face.
And this book possesses it and tries to get him to cast this horrible spell. I think it's something to so that people don't care anymore, or something like that.
I love the idea that he's just been out on a bender and he's like, you know,
well, yeah,
I'm just adding the
he does look it. He does look it. But I think this it's just called the Spirit. It doesn't even have a name, but wants to cast this horrible spell so that people don't care anymore. So basically, she wants the world to be like Facebook. So yeah, but it's messed up. I ever since watching this, I don't like possession. This whole like idea of demonic possession.
And we're back to the first episode.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the idea of demonic possession. You know, something else taking over your body, making you do things that you wouldn't do, that you don't want to do. That sort of thing. I don't like it whatsoever.
Yeah, because it's basically the idea of like well, there are parasites that can do that to other animals, aren't there? Mm-hmm. So like,
well, yeah,
it genuinely is, and so it is kind of like scary of like, because that can happen in life.
Well, this is the thing, and because I think it's cordyceps or something like that. The parasites. It's like a spore. It's like a fungus.
There's a few different parasites that do this.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is. The one that you always, or most people will know, is the one that's often narrated by David Attenborough, where they show you the ants.
The wasp.
Oh, that's it.
The wasp. The ant. Yeah.
Oh, is it the wasp? Oh, yeah.
No, it's an ant. No, it's the ants. But
it's
then
they
show you.
It's a wasp larvae. And an ant.
Is it?
No,
yeah,
no,
so
no,
yes, it is. Is it a hornet larvae or something? Like
no, it's the one with David Attenborough is always the ant, and then they show you pictures because that's the fungus one. There is another one, and I think
the fungus one. Yeah,
the zombie ants.
Yeah, I think there's one in caterpillars as well.
And there's also a wasp.
Scales.
There's a wasp that does it, and
there's all sorts of stuff. Yeah, there's
of course there is.
And
it gets even weirder when you look in like sea creatures. Oh
yeah.
my god, it gets even weirder.
Well, the terrifying thing is, if any of these ever adapted or evolved and did it to humans, well, there you go. You know,
You got face huggers all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's not a massive leap in logic. If you see what I mean.
It's face huggers all of a sudden, and like literally, and that's where Half-Life the game.
With
the head crabs.
Yeah. That was where the basic idea of that what came from.
Yeah, and Starro.
Yeah,
think of Suicide Squad. All sorts of stuff like that. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is
exactly.
Well, actually, they create a replication sort of thing. But you do see, I mean, examples of this sort of thing littered throughout science fiction and fantasy and so on. But and the fact that it's a demonic possession is just one flavor of.
That's really funny. Like with that, Chris. What we were talking about, I don't even know if this was on this episode, but like we were talking about like the cat movies that I was talking about before. And they were talking about like in one of them, it's masks that they put on. That like so the girl puts a mask on, and it turns her into a cat.
Right,
but she can she can give up her human face and become a cat for the rest of her life, or she can just stay a cat. And that is creepy. That's a bit creepy as fuck. Like I genuinely find that, like that's kind of like I feel like that's kind of like someone else sort of taking over your own body. And then what the bit with the cat thing is being able to watch somebody in your own body and you're not in it anymore, being controlled by somebody else. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, just going back to possession, remember when The Exorcist came out on video?
I remember watching Exorcist.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Right, we were all, it got re-released in, I want to say 99, or it was 98 or 99 anyway. And we was all definitely at fraudulent at that time. I remember when Blockbuster had that woman manager in there, it was really strict. And I think when we was on our GCSEs, it would have been, she started there. So probably around about 98, 99. Remember we was doing our GCSEs and all the head teacher of our school all told the shops, just don't let any student, any of the year 11 students in. And the only shop that actually did was Blockbuster because it was that manager. Well, when The Exorcist got re-released, finally got released because it was banned for years, wasn't it? And,
it was. Yeah.
And it was the week Jill Dando got killed. Now, if anybody who doesn't know who Jill Dando is, anybody who doesn't know who Jill Dando was, she was a newsreader who was. They say she was killed by an obsessed fan. Some reckon it was a hit.
She wasn't assassinated at all.
Okay,
quotation marks.
Yeah, quote. Yeah, it's different stories how what actually happened. I remember going in to rent The Exorcist. I think I was about 17, might have been just before I turned 18, and because me and a few friends were going to watch it that night. And she point blank turned around to me and said, "Well, I'm not renting you that." I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, you're underage." I said, "Well, let's get some myself." So I won't rent it to them either. I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, you saw what happened to Jill Dando." And I went, "Right, so what you're telling me..."
What has that got anything to do with it?
So I just turned around and said, okay, so let me just get this straight in my head. So we're on the same, we're on the same level here. So if I rent out Exorcist, I'm going to watch the film and then go and shoot a newsreader.
Yeah,
just so right.
You will.
And did you?
No, I didn't. Though Nicholas Witchell was on my hit list for about 3 weeks.
Funny enough, I've watched a lot of fucking scary horror films.
I used to watch that.
I think I had it as well. I think I had it. I had a Care Bear teddy that I loved so much. I had a teddy care, the one with the heart on the front. It genuinely was my childhood like love child. Like I was like 5. I was 5. Like come on. Like, but it was my love child. I loved it and I hugged it and I cared for it and yeah. But like, yeah, I was 5 years old. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember the end, and they banished the evil spirit by spunking their rainbow chest rainbows all over.
Yeah, they did the weird
Care Bear stare.
Care Bear stare. That's it.
So why did he use their eyes?
Yeah, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
Exactly. So what they did was they thrust the hips. Yeah, they thrust the hips forward and shot out all
the.
Yeah.
And they had the weirdo cousins and stuff. Well.
That was it. The Care Bear cousins. Yeah, they brought their cousins in. Basically, just made a gangbang of love.
I thought they would. Genuinely, I didn't see anything wrong with the Care Bears myself.
No, the Care Bears were fine. I didn't have a problem.
We've had this conversation before where I've told you about my Care Bear that became evil. We've had this conversation in another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. The Care Bears can be evil if their eyes are slightly fucking like unfocused. All of a sudden, they're evil Care Bears.
Yes,
I remember now. Yeah, it's
yeah. Care Bears can be evil.
It can
if they're slightly knockoff.
Definitely.
And your nan buys it for you. Oh God! There you go. Okay. There goes my childhood.
Okay, we'll move on to the third and final pick.
Give me a second. I need to pee.
Okay. He doesn't. He's going to find this Care Bear, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, so hugs a lot.
Bless him.
Well, hello. This is Uncle Dave here. How are you guys doing? Are you well?
Okay, seriously, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. What the fuck was that?
It's probably nothing.
Didn't look like nothing to me. That looked like a bloody Dave. Yeah, so let's go on to the final pick of the season, and that's mine, and which is another film from 1985, and that is Return to Oz. Now, this was a Disney film, and this is back. You know, this isn't the Disney that was in the beginning.
Yeah,
this isn't the Disney we have now. This was in the 80s. Disney went dark, and they wanted to basically scare the living shit out of kids. I mean, we had the Dark Cauldron, we had this, on the Black Cauldron, and we had this film. Black Cauldron, by the way, another film with John Hurton. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's true.
So Disney held the rights to the Oz stories for years, and they were running out of I think it was in the last year or so of the contract, and then it reverted back to the the way copyright law works. You purchase the rights after, if you don't make anything in a certain amount of time, it reverts back to the to the owner. So Disney was interested in this award-winning director. He'd made these really brilliant films. He wrote The Godfather. He worked on The Godfather, Godfather 2, loads of big Hollywood films that made lots of money. So he said, any film you'd be interested in making? He said, well, I'd like to make an Oz film. They had the rights, so they made it. There was a bit of problem because there was a change of ownership of management at Disney, and the new fella came on. They got rid of the director, and then George Lucas came on and said, well, they were doing something with Disney at the time, or something was happening. And George Lucas had a word with Disney, and they said, rehire them again. So basically, they set it up as the sequel to Return to Oz, Wizard of Oz, and Dorothy's not in a good place. They all think she's a bit crazy, and they send her to an asylum to get electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
Anyway, something happens, and she gets transported back to Oz, but this isn't the Oz we remember. The Yellow Brick Road's destroyed and crumbled. She gets to the Emerald City. There's dancers and there's statues everywhere, and there's dancers with no heads. And she runs into the wheelies, and basically, just like the Joker, on wheels, like arms and legs are wheels. And they take her to this princess, this Mombi, and she's got loads of fucking heads in.
Yeah.
Like living heads, all in these glass cases, and she swaps her head around. What else?
I always put this like within like the sort of like levels where American McGee took Alice in Wonderland, and he did exactly the same thing because he was like, well, what if Alice literally was sectioned after all that, and like she was like, no, this happened to me, and then she got sectioned, and then like she was literally put in an insane asylum for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden the White Rabbit came back and went, Alice, we need you. And she's like, well, no, fuck off, I'm in an insane asylum. This is around the same sort of fucking vein as that, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it?
It genuinely is that mental. It genuinely is like, is someone losing their mind?
It is. It's just. I just remember I loved it as a kid, but at the same time, I was terrified by it. I mean, there's that scene when she's trying to get she's trying to escape, so she builds it. She brings this like scarecrow to life. Was it scarecrow? No, Jack Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
And they said, right, we can make a flying like thing. They make this. They call it a gump. So it's a head of like a big moose. They put like two chaise longues together. They put like loads of like ferns as wings. She has to steal like the potion that brings the heads to life, all these decapitated heads, and she creeps up to get it. I mean, there's this sleeping dead, headless woman in the bed. She's taking the key off.
You can see it's someone's dark idea that should have been really an adult film.
But this is the thing.
They took a children's film and gone, or children's book, and just made it darker. But that happens a lot in history as well.
Yeah.
Like, go on, carry on anyway.
Yeah. But no, what we've been watching about this is probably the most like screen accurate version of the Oz books that there's ever been. So that bit with the scene, it's thunder and lightning, and she's creeping up. She's getting the magic, the magic dust, and next to one of the heads like wakes up and sees and starts screaming, and this headless thing, it's just nightmare fuel. So they bring this thing to life. They fly over this desert, which is called the Deadly Desert, and the wheelies are chasing them. They trip onto the sand, and they just turn to sand. They just die instantly, and I was fucking terrified of the sand for years afterwards. Anyway, so they finally get to the main villain, the big bad, the Gnome King, and he's the one who's turned everybody to stone. He's put this evil witch in charge, and he's holding like the scare. He's holding like the what's his face? Bloody Scarecrow. Told the Scarecrow hostage. She turns up, and at first it's like this horrible, just claymation face. But someone was saying in this video I was watching, and I noticed at the same time, the more times that they send Dorothy's friends in first to go and pick, you got to pick say touchless objects. And if it's wrong, you get wrong 3 times, they turn into an object as well. And one by one, they're all getting, they're all guessing wrong and getting turned into objects. But what somebody said, and they noticed that, the more times each one that disappeared, he looks more and more human, this Gnome King. By the end, but when it's just Dorothy, it's basically a fella in makeup. And might I say, he nicked her ruby slippers, and he was wearing them, and they were suited them quite well. It's like Ozpaul's Drag Race. It was brilliant. Or Oz's Drag Race, whatever. But it's just, and then, obviously, they're all the way through the film, they're talking about chickens, and Dorothy somehow smuggled this chicken that now talks, and she's keeping it in the pumpkin's head, and the Gnome King is about to eat them all, and it's proper fucking terrifying if you remember the end. And actually, he noticed the chicken, and the chicken lays an egg, and it drops in the mouth, but he kills him, and that was just nightmare fuel.
It is, and it kind of isn't. It's like, it's one of them things. It's like we always have dark children's tales, They've always existed
Yeah.
for children. And this is kind of like where I kind of want to talk about that, like for a moment. What like we have like fairy tales, but they all come from a dark place. Hansel and Gretel literally talks about literally cannibalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, cannibalism happens within Hansel and Gretel. Rapunzel, the original Rapunzel story is literally about a girl who like puts down her hair and comes up, but she gets like, okay, this is the darkest thing about that. She gets raped by that guy.
Oh my word!
And abandoned by her family because of that. That's the Rapunzel story that you don't hear.
There's a reason why they've started doing like in more recent times, like, oh look, here's the real story behind, Grimm's fairy tales and so on.
They're so like, and it's not just Grimm's, because like they are like, these are fairy tales that have been going on for years and years and years. The Grimm's brothers did actually do amazing versions of like doing that. But these are horrible stories that were designed to scare you into not doing things, certain things in a certain way. The Little Red Riding Hood was literally, don't go off on your own because you'll get eaten by a wolf.
Yeah.
It was genuinely just that simple. It was literally just designed to scare you into like, don't do this, don't do that. You'll be okay. The there's also the Christmas thing, the horrible one, the one that we're like
Krampus.
Krampus, that's the one. That's a very German thing. Or it's Germanic, or probably Norwegian originated, I think. But like the Krampus, yeah, I think it's definitely sort of like the Krampus came up from that sort of thing, where it's like you can't be bad, because if you're bad, the Krampus will come and eat you during the night. Yeah. You won't get any presents.
I thought you got beaten with a birch.
What, sorry?
I thought the Krampus beat you with a birch.
I think the Krampus literally eats your feet. I think that was the original one. Yeah, but like,
right.
It was something horrific and like scary.
Yeah, it was messed up.
But like it was horrible, and then it would eat you whole if you were like really bad. Like, come back and eat you whole. It's so scary, and like, but these were designed to like scare children into like being good,
into submission.
Basically, yes. And now we're like repurposing them as like Disney films.
Yeah,
that's kind of what's happening, and that every now and then one slips through, and you kind of go, "Oh, that's a bit scary," because I'm not sure that's okay for children. And that it happened a lot in the 80s, because we used to just be like repurpose everything, and there was a lot of scary stories out there.
Yeah, there was,
and nobody was checking to see if it was scary.
No, because I think the long further you go back, I think the more hardcore things were back in the day. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, things are more. I don't know. I think people are more aware of psychological issues that stuff like that can cause kids.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was our scary films. that weren't scary. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to this season of the Geek Dads podcast. We'll be back sooner than you think. I'm just like to say everything, like to say I love you, everybody out there listening who's been engaging with us and listening to our shows. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes,
we'll
indeed.
keep doing this as long as you want us to. And you guys, thank you. I love you both. And Craig, obviously, wherever the fuck he is.
Wherever Craig is, we love him too. Love you, Chris. I love you, Ian.
Love you, Mike. Love you, Craig. Love you, Chris.
Absolute love. So later, dudes.
See you later.
And I tolerate both of you.
Oh.
Well, yes, we tolerate you too, but we kind of love you as well.
Yeah. I just thought, right, at the time recording, Chris only has 1 hour and 28 minutes of his 30s left. So happy birthday for tomorrow, which is already past 5 minutes.
We do, yes.
Yes.
So so happy birthday, Chris.
Yes,
have a brilliant day.
40.
It's like 30, just things hurt more.
I sent him a creepy message before of me singing happy birthday.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Don't worry, I'll post a horrific GIF on his Facebook tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Oh no! It won't be as good as the song I sent.
Obviously, nothing beats you in full creep mode. Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back soon.
Yes, of course we will.
Love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye. All of the Daves are coming. Careful, all of the Daves are gonna come all over your face.
Okay, shit. Okay, why is the podcast rumbling? What the fuck's going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Seriously, Chris, why are you looking like that? What's happened?
Well, right. It's not a big deal. Right?
No.
It's not really anything. But what happened was I ended up getting a wish from a possessed book, as you do, and all I did was kind of try and make sure the last episode was like totally kick-ass and so on. And now we're being invaded by a load of Daves.
You are?
Oh, well, that's not good.
Perfectly run-of-the-mill stuff.
Perfectly run-of-the-mill stuff. Everything is shaking around us. Have you seen what the fuck's going on there? I've just seen a Dave dressed like a towel. It asked me if I wanted to get high.
All right, like Towley.
Yeah, a bit like Towley, but not Towley. Like more.
All right, yeah. That way we don't get sued.
The hell? Who are they in the corner? Have you seen them? Look at that one. Who are you?
Explorers! In the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others. We have such sights to show you.
Please ignore my colleague. He spent a week in a love honey warehouse. Oh, we are the Council of Daves. We can save you. We have observed that your friend, the little furry one, has unleashed all the Daves in the multiverse and is now breaking apart.
Which one? We're all furry.
There is just one possible scenario. What you can do is you can get Craig to give a reach around to the gibbon of Port Conholio. All he must do is touch the tip and twist it, but 3 times.
Fuck that, I'm not giving a gibbon a reach around.
Okay. Oh, look, it's Craig.
Oh, fuck me in the butthole, there's Craig.
Oh, look, it's Craig.
Well, fuck yourselves then! Minion, bring me my thorny butt plug and a nettle cock ring.
What a butt munch.
oh, this is just fucking great. First, Chris bloody dooms us by making that stupid fucking wish. Hope you're happy, Chris.
Yeah.
And now those fucking Daves have turned up and want Craig to give a reach round to Gibbon. Let's face it, he isn't that curious enough. There's only one thing for it. I think we've got to hit the reboot button. What do you think?
I think we hit the reboot button. I've got an idea. Let's just whack that reboot button all together.
We're hitting this reboot button, yeah?
I think so.
Chris?
Yeah, but well, do we have to? Because we're onto a good thing here, guys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're getting there. We're getting there. Like, wait,
Okay.
is that a Dave that looks like a pirate?
Oh fuck! That should no. Yeah, hit it now, right now.
Okay, you ready, boys? 1, 2, 3.
Let's go!
Initializing reboot now.
Oh, thank Lord we survived. Oh, just let me check 1 second. Okay, yeah, great, yeah, still got legs. Just wait, who's that over there? Do you recognise him?
No,
Who the fuck's he?
Jesus.
No, he doesn't look. No, he looks nothing like Jesus. Hello,
Wait, what the heck? What?
hello.
Hello,
Yeah. You in the corner. Hello.
me in the corner?
Yeah, that guy who's in the corner, mate. Can you see him?
No, I can't see him. Oh, that dude. Who the fuck is he?
Hello there.
Fucking hell! He said your line.
Oh my god, he said your line.
You son of a.
Thank you for listening to the Geeky Dads Strike Back. Same shit, different name.